Today's podcast is brought to you by the letter C.
Wooster History and I are here to explain a few words that start with the letter C that you will need to know for your History Day project: credit, caption, and citation. If you are creating an exhibit or a website, it's important that you know the rules for incorporating these 3 C's into your project. For clarification of these terms, let's start with the National History Day Contest Rulebook. Students must include a brief credit on the exhibit or website itself for all visual sources, including photographs, paintings, charts, graphs, etc. They must also fully cite these sources in their annotated bibliography. Let's take a closer look at credits and captions and how you will use them in your exhibit or website. A credit is a short reference to the origin of the visuals in your exhibit or website. In general, a credit includes the visual's title, when it was created, and the name of the organization or source where you found it. A credit is brief and factual. It is not the full citation that will show up in your bibliography, and it doesn't have any analysis or interpretation in it. Credits are required for all visual sources on your exhibit or website. I have some good news though. A brief factual credit does not count towards your student-composed word limit. Captions are different from credits. A caption is usually longer than a credit and will include more details and your analysis. You can use a caption to tell the viewer more about the visual or explain how it helps to support your argument. A caption is not required. If you choose to write and include a caption, it will count toward your student-composed word limit. While you must include a credit with each visual, it's your choice if you want to include a caption. If a picture is easy to understand, like this photo of Alice Paul, you may not need a caption. If the visual is hard to understand, like a chart, map, political cartoon, graph, or letter, a caption could help your viewer to understand the source and how it helps to support your project. Wooster History, let's take a look at our example again. If I wanted to include this picture of Alice Paul on my exhibit, I have to add a credit, which would include the title of the picture, Alice Paul, when it was created, 1918, and where I found it, the Library of Congress. I should put the credit near the image. It could be underneath or along the side, and maybe in a slightly smaller font size than my other text, but still readable.
Remember, your judges are going to be older than you and may not be able to read super tiny writing.
That picture is pretty easy to understand, so I'm not sure I would include a caption. But if I did include a caption, it would be in addition to the credit. My caption includes more details about Alice Paul's role in fighting for women's rights. Remember, the caption is going to count towards my student-composed word limit. If you keep track of your sources, credits and captions should be easy. But keep the History Day rules in mind. Writing really long credits isn't a fair way to get around the student-composed word limit. There's just one more C word that you need to know for History Day: citation. Citations show up in your annotated bibliography for History Day. A citation is the full reference to where you found each source you used for your History Day project, including visuals, books, websites, and more. You will use MLA or Turabian format to create this citation. It is similar to a credit, but includes many more details, like who published the source, or if you found it in print or on the web. How you create each citation will be different depending on the type of sources: photo, book, website, interview, etc. Talk to your teacher for more information. Well, Wooster History, I think that pretty much covers all the important C words for History Day students. And if you need help, you can always contact your friendly History Day staffer.
See you later!